Welcome back, Last Quest Barbecue Show, the show where we're making meals to die for. All right, so obviously with this background, we are now into the fall/winter cooking season. That's not gonna stop us from making our dinner tonight, which is Oklahoma smash burgers 3, count them, the German way,
1, 2,
3 ways. First of all, some grass-fed beef, very good. And then we're gonna use Beyond Beef. That's right, plant-based. We're gonna make smash burgers with plant-based beef. And we're gonna put them in the buns. That's kind of the 1, 2. And the 1, 2, 3, we got corn tortillas. Look at that. There's a lot of onions. We're gonna make a sauce first. And obviously, like I said, we're now shooting at night. It's not that late, but you know, these are the darkest days of the year. It's like 5 o'clock here in Toronto. I'm gonna take this hood off, put on the big powerful griddle for the final griddle cook of 2023, and then we're going to put that in storage and then cook the rest of the year on all the other grills that I've got. It's nice and warm here. Oh, and don't forget, make sure, follow me on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube Shorts. It's blowing up. We've had some great episodes. The garlic Parmesan mashed potatoes, 15,000 views. Thank you, everybody. And smash that subscribe button, right? So you'll be alerted to all the new episodes that will be coming out, and we're back into cooking. Let's get going. It's gonna be a fun episode. Let's do it. All right, let's get going. So the order here matters. First of all, it's a nice cool night, and one of the advantages of a nice cool night is it keeps the beer cold. Picked up some of this in London, Ontario, where they now brew it in Canada. So cheers to that. It's my wife's favorite, and I don't mind it as well in a kind of a weeknight. All right, so first things first, you want to start, because it needs a bit of time, you want to get your onions going. And what you need is really thin sliced onions. Put some kosher salt in them and it draws out the moisture. That way, you're not cooking the moisture out of the onions. The onions have already had their moisture drawn out. So here's how we do that. Let's cut up our onion, and then I'm gonna use this box shredder thingy. Very common. You can use, there's all kinds of other methods, but I like using this angle right here. The thinner you make the onions, the better. Got this Lee Valley Tools. Cut this end off, comme ça. Pull the edge off here. The barbecue's not on. I'm just using it as my cutting environment, or my prep environment, before I put on the griddle, the Crown Verity griddle, which slides on, and you'll be able to see how it slides on. I think I've described it in a couple of my griddle episodes, but I have not shown it yet. All right, so I've left this bottom part on, cut that part flat. So what I'm going to do into this handy thing, thank you Barbecue Galore, is I'm going to shave these onions really, really thin. And of course, you really got to watch your hands. Check it out. So you'll want them this thin. They're almost translucent. So I'm going to do a whole onion like this. You want to do this first in the process because this takes some time, like I said, to draw the moisture out. Whew, even out here, making me cry. Thin and lots of juice. So what we want to do from here, and take this, put it on top, and then add us some kosher salt on. But just lots of salt, kosher salt. You don't want too much any other kind of salt. It'll make it too salty if you're not careful. All right, and then we let that sit. Now I'm going to move this stuff out of here, just so you'll be able to see how much moisture comes out. Then we sit aside for about half an hour. Leave that there for about 30 minutes. All right, on to the next step. Going to make a sauce, so then it sits and marinates while we're doing everything else. Step 2. All right, let's get to our second part, which is making a delicious sauce for both the burgers. I've got some Kewpie here. I love the Kewpie. You could use whatever you like, but I recommend the Kewpie. There's 5 of us here today, so just to make enough sauce, that's perfect. And into that, we're going to put some Holy Cow, Meat Church Holy Cow, little seasoning. There we go. Nice. We're gonna put in some Mike's Chipotle and beer barbecue sauce. Love it. Very good. About a tablespoon, give or take. Some Worcestershire sauce. And then we're gonna put in some pickled jalapenos. Lots of pickled jalapenos. Excellent. These aren't knock your brains off spicy, but they add a beautiful briny kick. Let's chop those up. For me, that's the good amount. In that goes. And then last but not least, a couple of onions. Now, red onions would be good if I had them. I would use red onions. I do not, as it happens, have red onions in the house, so I'm just going to use plain Spanish white cooking onions, but that'll be fine. you got to use what's in the house, right? These days of food affordability, don't let anything go to waste. I think I try and do that all the time in the cooking. We're going to put in 2 small onions. There we go. And there we go. Now let's mix it up. Let's see how we're doing. Beautiful. Then we're going to let it sit. Yeah, I'm going to put a bit more Kewpie in there. You can use that for a whole bunch of other things as well. Of course, and a bit more. There we go. Lots of flavors. All this is going to just combine to itself, so give it some time. Here, you can see how beautiful that looks. Look at that. Beautiful. Let's give that a taste. That's good. Actually, I'm going to add a little bit more mics to it. There we go. Get that a little browner. Yeah, there we go. That's more than mixture I was looking for. Nailed it. Now we set this aside. Okay, like I said, we're going to do this in a bunch of different ways. A bunch of different ways. So we've got some delicious brioche buns. We've got some amazing corn tortillas. But first and foremost, we want to prep. So I've got both plant-based Beyond Beef, which is what I think I'll have tonight. And then we've got grass-fed 8 acres, all Canadian beef as well. So we're going to do 2 different types. Now, Chef Emmett wants it a little different, so I'm going to cut that in half, put over here for Emmett. For me, we're going to make these beigas. This was frozen. I got this at Healthy Planet, great grocer. There we go. Got a little bit extra there. And I'm going to do one of these one at a time, then I'll switch gloves. So on this cutting board A, we will take off small bits and make small. I want them smaller than larger. If I want the burger a bit bigger, I might kind of put 2 on. But I've learned thinner is a little better, so I'm making them, I don't know, a couple of ounces. You can see the size. That one's a little bigger, maybe a bit too big. It just goes better with the smash burger on the griddle, I have learned. But I might double them up because that'll make it super delicious. So, all right, those are nice and formed as much as I need. So I'm going to set these aside and start on the beef. So first, change gloves. All right, let's get to our grass-fed beef. Like I said, Chef Emmett wants something a little different with his beef. He likes to flavor his beigas in a certain way. And this I got from my friends at Longo's, in case you're looking to find it, but I'm sure, hopefully, I would assume available in many department stores or grocery stores near you. Cut it in half. There we go. Reserve that over there. I think I can get 2 out of here. 2 small ones, maybe. One good for a flour tortilla. And I do like saying tortilla that way because it reminds me of my friends from El Paso, Smokin' Joe. If you haven't checked out his site, he does some amazing cooks. That's a little baby one. Here, I think I'll just put these 2 together. All right, and we're done. We'll set those aside. There we go. I'm gonna grab there. It's not heavy. All right, and let's move it over there. We're gonna slide it in place.
Good on my side?
Good on your side?
Yep.
And now we just push and hold here. And voila, we have the griddle. All right, as you've seen, the grill is now warm. All that residue has gone off it. Now, just before I throw down, check this out. So these are our onions. Look at how much liquid has just organically, so to speak, just come out of those onions. So I'm going to just give these another squeeze. Look at the moisture that's coming out of those onions. And this is all in search of having it really nice and dry. So you're not cooking the moisture out. You're just cooking and frying the onions. That's pretty good. Now, one thing you got to know about this process, ooh, that's getting hot already, is everything moves really quick. Prep matters. You got to get everything ready to go, and then you got to go fast because everything happens pretty fast. And look, check this out. I have a bun butterer. That's right, a bun butterer as a new addition to the arsenal. Woo! So let's put some avocado oil down. That'll be our cooking surface. Just be careful, our grill is now pretty hot. So we have 12 burgers in total. We're gonna put down our onions first. There we go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, let's get those flattened out a bit. This is our plant-based. And our meat-based. There we go. All right, that'll be a little baby one. Until now, we smash. There we go. Now this goes pretty quick, so it could be by the time I get to these last couple of burgers, I got to turn the express around and start flipping. Yes, yes, beautiful. Put a little cattleman's on these. A little cattleman's grill tri-tip. Not too much salt. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. And now our cheese. Once again, already taken out of the package because these things move pretty quick, as you can see. Also want to get our tortillas on here. Not everybody wants cheese, so... And let's start buttering up our buns while we're at it. Ah, I love the bun butter. Come on, how great is that? Now I'm gonna get some tortillas going. Flatten those down. Oh, look at that. Very nice, right? Very nice. We have our lid here. All right, so let's just a little bit of. There we go. Gives you appreciation for short order cooks, that's for sure. All right, these buns, they gotta go. They are done and done with these. Perfect. All right, that's nice and melty. Let's get that onto a bun. Beautiful. Cover that one up a little bit of water. Very nice, very nice. Oh yeah, look at that. Now that's what I call melty. All right, let's get some of these onto the tacos. This one's looking pretty good. Check that out. We are done, so check that out. Now we're gonna make them up, and look at that. We're gonna put that sauce on there. We get on the picture. That's delicious. Nice. There we go. Let's get them inside and let's get eating. All right. Look at this table. Check out this spread. We got burgers. We got tortillas here. I'm having this tortilla with a little of that sauce on it. Let's give it a taste and let's see how it goes. Delicious. Make this recipe. Takes a bit of work. Takes a bit of organizing. Oh, it's really good.